Howdy boys and girls, Sicario is here with a new fresh review for a still very hot game, Little Nightmares 2. This is the second game after the release of the Little Nightmares 1, which was amazing at its own. Little Nightmares 2 has its entertaining intensity as it's fun to watch and same as it's fun to play. The formula of the game has no secret, but that doesn't make it any less successful. Time and time again, you're going to slowly safely get a lay of the land and few impossible to ignore glimpses of some big nasty brute in charge, before needing to fetch a key in plain sight or otherwise cause some of racket to progress. There is no other way, you gotta face your fears, and when you do, the chase is on. It's a mad dash to craft the way through the obstacle course with the boogeyman breathing down your neck. In a desperate world in which tiny kids try to sleep by unnaturally tall, aristocrat adults who wants to snatch them up, you play as Mono, a masked boy trying to push ahead. But what to end? Trying to piece together what the hell is up with the place and why nearly everyone and everything is wretched in a huge part of appeal of this series. My mind raced. That was not true that Mao and hulking vassal and impressive as it was oppressive. And it's absolutely true of the sequel's journey across the mainland. Early on a 6-hour or so platforming adventure, Mono groups up with Six, the hooded protagonist of the Little Nightmare 1. Neither of them are normal, not even by the world standards. They'll need each other's help to travel formidable paths into the city center where a tower waits. There are 5 levels in the game, each with the different visuals, theme and the sick mood. 4 of the 5, including a teacher's school dominated by a long-necked teacher and a hospital overrun with potastic mannequins who shuffle in the dark, are compelling enough that could host their own game. At a glance from a trailer or the game summary, you might think Little Nightmare 2 has co-op support. Let it be clear, it doesn't. Six will stay by Mono's side more often than not, but that doesn't mean you can throw a second player into the mix. She's completely AI controlled, and while there will be visually mirrored hiccups, she stays out of the way when it matters the most, and is an excellent addition to the flow of Little Nightmare's original one. I never felt like I was at the mercy of Six's decision making or that I had to escort her. She'll be there to boost up, catch you for falling apart, or leave a face, and occasionally carrying an important item related to environmental puzzle. You don't have to prompt this action. She's kind of just them as character initially should. I can't imagine this way easy for Tracer to implement, but the payoff was worth it. The partner promise gives the sequel a distinct identity. I'd say that Little Nightmares 2 is less of a core than negative than the first game could be. Mono tends to latch onto climb surfaces more seamlessly, and he won't randomly walk off a narrow ledge because the camera angle tripped you off and you weren't perfectly angling your path to compensate. That said, the sequel is still challenging. I'd agree the failing getting caught is all part of the fun. Could the player's movement still be little tighter and feel more tuned in? Yeah, I think so. It is fairly straightforward system, you won't have to worry about the breakable items, limited resources and inventory or anything that has that effect. During certain sequences, you'll be able to pick up and drag, say a pipe. Everything is oversized basically in the game, as such as a bit of wind up, as you need to briefly time your attack. It's trade-off. I won't reveal who or what you'll smash, but you will undoubtedly enjoy doing it. Well, to a point. A couple of melee encounters might frustrate you if you don't have the foe styles. Paced out. Timing really matters in this game. 2 senses, one in the school, one in the hospital, vividly stand out. I kept botching them at the last possible second. I was super late to the first game to be honest, having only picked up it last year in preparation for the sequel, and I'm glad I finally did it. Sorry for not reviewing it, but I think I was a little bit late. Maybe I will review it later on as an addition and might be kind of making up the whole story together. But continuing on this point, as much as I struggle with the 2 rigged movement controls, I fell in love with the trailer's messed up world of horrors, and I wanted more, with the pure improvements and the potential felt sky high. After finishing Little Nightmares 2 once, I'm searching for the time to go back and soak in it even more. Much of the game rivals original high points and it's even more well-rounded, I had an overwhelmingly great experience. Whether you're a seasoned survivor or a new player, you have a thrilling time with the sequel. It's all identity from the start and the beginning, and it's not mandatory. This freaky story stands out on its own. Honestly guys, in my opinion, Little Nightmares 2 is one of these horror games that you actually need to spend your time in. It gives you a great story, a really nice vibe, let's say, in a horror game, and is something that will really attach you to the game. Believe me, you will feel like you are living the same life as the main character. Finishing on this note, I want to say guys, if you're ever looking for the game that you wanna try during this period of time, Little Nightmares 2 is your perfect fit. So on this point I need to say goodbye to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.